Hey, welcome back. Have you ever walked into an important conversation feeling completely unprepared? Maybe it's a job interview, a salary negotiation, or that difficult feedback session with your manager. Your heart's racing, your palms are sweaty, and you're worried you'll forget what you wanted to say. Well, what if I told you there's a simple technique that can transform how you approach these high-stakes moments? And the best part? It takes just 5 minutes. Today, I'm going to teach you the 5-minute rehearsal method that will help you walk into any important conversation with confidence and clarity. This isn't about memorizing a script or spending hours practicing in front of a mirror. It's about creating a mental framework that helps you stay focused, articulate, and composed when it matters most. Let's start with why rehearsal matters. Our brains are wired to respond to familiar situations. When you've mentally walked through a conversation beforehand, you're essentially creating neural pathways that make the actual experience feel more familiar. This reduces anxiety and improves your performance. Think about athletes who visualize their routines before a competition, or musicians who mentally practice their pieces. They're not just daydreaming, they're activating the same brain regions they'll use during the actual performance. The 5-minute rehearsal applies this same principle to conversations. So how does it work? The method has 3 simple steps: clarify, anticipate, and practice. First, clarify your objective. What's the one thing you absolutely need to communicate in this conversation? Maybe it's demonstrating your qualifications for a job, asking for a specific salary, or delivering constructive feedback. Write it down in 1 sentence. This becomes your North Star, the core message you'll keep returning to throughout the conversation. Next, anticipate responses. Think about what the other person might say or ask. What are their likely concerns or objections? How might they react to your message? Don't just think about the ideal scenario. Consider the challenging responses too. This isn't about predicting the future perfectly, but about preparing your mind to handle different directions the conversation could take. Finally, practice your key points. Not the entire conversation word for word, but your most important phrases and transitions. How will you open the conversation? What are your 2 or 3 strongest supporting points? How will you handle potential objections? And how will you close effectively? Practice these out loud for just a few minutes. The goal isn't perfection, it's familiarity. Let's talk about timing. You might be thinking, only 5 minutes. That's not enough time to prepare for something important. But here's the secret. The constraint is actually what makes this method so powerful. When you only have 5 minutes, you're forced to focus on what truly matters. You can't get lost in endless preparation or overthinking. You have to identify your core message and practice delivering it clearly. This focused approach is often more effective than hours of unfocused worrying. Plus, you can do this rehearsal anywhere, in your car before an interview, in a bathroom stall before a meeting, or even during your morning commute. The key is consistency. Make this 5-minute rehearsal a habit before any important conversation. Now, let me share a quick example. Sarah had a performance review coming up where she needed to ask for a promotion. She spent 5 minutes clarifying that her core message was demonstrating her increased responsibilities and results. She anticipated her manager might ask about specific metrics or mention budget constraints. She practiced opening with her achievements, addressing potential concerns about budget, and clearly stating her request. During the actual conversation, when her manager mentioned budget concerns, Sarah was ready with her prepared response about the value she brings to the team. She got the promotion. Before we wrap up, remember that the goal isn't to control the conversation completely. People aren't robots. They'll say unexpected things, and you need to be present and responsive. The 5-minute rehearsal gives you a foundation to build from, not a script to follow rigidly. It's about preparing your mind to be agile and confident, not rehearsed and robotic. The more you use this technique, the more natural it will feel, and the better you'll become at handling high-pressure conversations of all kinds. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this technique helpful, I'd love to hear about your experiences. Comment below, what's the most challenging high-stakes conversation you're facing right now? Don't forget to like this video if it helped you, share it with a friend who could use these tips, and subscribe for more practical career advice every week. See you in the next video.